So I attended this online auction for Tompkins Auctions in Central Queensland, Australia, and it ended on the 8th of February 2022. So it was a 5-day auction. You had 5 days to bid on everything. And what I was interested at the auction was 5 tractors and a skid steer loader, and also there was a bunch of concrete pipes. The other things I was interested in. There's plenty more things. There were shipping containers and horse floats and trailers and trucks and all sorts of things. But these are the things I was interested in. Okay, so I'm going to comment on these. There was no videos for any of these items working. Okay, so there's no. Usually they do a video of the machine working and running when you can't attend the auction. We couldn't attend because of COVID. Okay, we weren't allowed to attend at all. But the interesting thing about this auction was none of these tractors here, these four, so these top 3 and this one here, none of those 4 tractors were working. They were all sold as non-operational. And I did phone up the auction house and I said, what exactly do you mean by non-operational? Did you try and get them started? And they said, yes, they hooked a forklift up to each tractor with jumper leads and tried to get it started, but none of these 4 engines would turn over. Okay, so they were unoperational and seized up. Okay, now often it's not a big thing to get a tractor unseized. You know, a bit of gentle oil into the pistons and let it sit overnight, and maybe even mix a bit of diesel with it to help it thin out a bit. And generally a bit of rocking on a crankshaft, and you can generally get them unseized again pretty easily. But none of these tractors had that experience. They were all seized up at the time of auction, so they went pretty cheap. This one here, the little Kubota, that was a really nice little unit. That went for a good price. And the Mustang skid loader over here went for a good price as well. Okay. And just some notes. So all prices are in Australian dollars. You've got to add 10% sales tax or GST onto all prices on the close of the hammer, fall of the hammer. So all prices are plus 10% sales tax or GST. All dimensions I show are in metric, but I will try and supply the feet and inches or USD dollars for anyone that's watching from the USA, just to help you out, okay? So I understand Australian dollars aren't that easy for you sometimes because it's not your currency, okay? So I'll try and use US dollars, which are pretty well universal, okay? And let's go. So the first tractor we'll talk about is the International Harvester 574, only a 2-wheel drive tractor, around about 1970. It was in pretty good condition. I was surprised this one wasn't running. In fact, I was surprised they were all not running. The tyres are pretty good. The engine looks in good condition. It doesn't look like it's got any major oil leaks. It's got a little tiny canopy and a little tiny lightweight ROPS, roll protection system. Looks like the engine's all there. It looks like it should go. 3-point linkage is all there. The little tow hitch at the back. And, not quite a nice little unit. I would have been very interested in this tractor if it was running. I just don't quite have the time at the moment to get tractors running. I've got a lot on my plate. So not much rust in it. Good nick for its age. It's obviously been kept in sheds most of the time. Hasn't been kept out in the weather too much, I'd say. And, quite a nice, tidy tractor. Not much rust in it really at all. Like I say, tyres in really very good condition for its age. They're not the original tyres, of course, but they're still in very good nick. And front tyres a bit bald. And there it is. So 454. I think I said. Yeah, and a little bit of rust there in the canopy. No, not much. Mudguard. Not much to worry about at all, really. So and it's sold for $850, which was a bit of a steal, really, for a tractor that size. So it wasn't working, but I don't think it would have taken much to get it working. So that was that one, $850. Next up, we've got a McCormick International, a good brand-in tractor, 624 and 2-wheel drive again. Some nice weights in the front of the tractor. Around about 1965 it was made. 4-cylinder diesel, of course. And it's only had 796 hours showing, which is very low hours. So the tractor probably hasn't done a lot of work. Again, this one was non-operational. And like I said, I spoke to the auction people and they said it had seized up. It's got the 3-point linkage there, tow rail. The gauges all look in pretty good condition. Seats looks fine, really, for the scheme of things for that age. Engine look like it's all there. So, again, it probably wouldn't have taken much to make this run. I was very tempted to bid on all of these tractors, but I just don't have time for all these projects. Front tyres aren't too bad, aren't good. but the gauges look like they're in good condition, and the back tyres look like they're not too bad at all. So good heavy duty tractor with a bit of a lightweight ROPS or rollover protection system on it. I like heavier than that, but that's a basic one that'll basically stop you getting crushed if you tip over, hopefully. But that one looks like a pretty lightweight sort of one. So $850, which is again about $610 US. So pretty cheap. Next up, we've got the Nuffield DM4 two-wheel drive tractor from about the 1950s. This one, 4-cylinder diesel, of course, just like the other ones. Again, you know, not bad condition for its age. The tyres all look pretty decent. The engine looks like it's all there. But like I said earlier, I phoned up the auction people and they confirmed it was seized up and non-operational, meant it wouldn't start. It wouldn't even turn over. Okay, so it had a little bit of work to do on it. But this one here sold for really cheap, 475 Australian dollars, which is really cheap. Okay, a bit of rust in the seat, bit of rust in the mudguards. Nothing, you know, the PDA's all there, and the engine looks like it's complete. It's got the air filter and everything there, so you know you can't complain about that. The tractor's complete. Doesn't look like there's any major oil leaks. You know, starter motor's there, everything's there. And you know, it's obviously been kept in a barn most of the time. Maybe the last few years it's been kept out in the weather a bit. Who knows? But you know, the tyres aren't too bad. And you know, again, another pretty strong sort of tractor. And you know, a good project for its age. You know, a bit of rust in the hood there. Who cares? That's easy fixed. And you know, good old Nuffield in Nuffield tractor there. Universal, and sold for $475. Wow, what a steal! And that's about $340 US. So $340 US for quite a nice old tractor that wouldn't take much to get running at all. Okay, and it's still got the can on the exhaust pipe there, so that shows whoever had it cared about it enough to put a can on it, which stops water getting into the engine. Okay, so that's the Nuffield. Next up, we come to the Yanmar YM2310 tractor. Another two-wheel drive tractor, 3-cylinder diesel, showing 1,415 hours, which isn't much work at all. It's got a cute little face there, headlights, a bit of a bent-in hood that makes it look like it's frowning a bit. But it's a cute tractor. I really like the dual wheels on it. I was very interested in this tractor. I was almost going to bid on it. But again, it was another non-operational tractor which was seized up. It wouldn't even turn over when they tried to jump-start it. Otherwise, I would have been all over this one. The dual wheels at the back I need for my steep country where I am now. So just makes that a little bit more wider. Makes it harder to tip over. It also had a bit of a heavier duty rollover protection rack as well. But everything looks like it's there. The coolant overflow bottle's all wrecked, but that's easy to fix. It's got all holes in it and deteriorated there really badly, but that's easy replaced. Good dual wheels, great thing to have on a tractor to make it more stable. And the 3-point system in the PTA seems to be all there and working. The engine seems to be complete from what I can tell. And this one here sold for 800 Australian dollars, which is about $575 US, plus 10% GST. So that's a pretty good deal. Even though it was non-operational, I don't think it would take much to get going. Yanmar are a good brand, Japanese, very, very heavy wearing tractor, very hard wearing tractor. They've got a good reputation with all the people I've spoken to. So, you know, right up there with, you know, the best tractors you can buy. So that was a little Yanmar. I was very interested in that one. Next up, we've got the Kubota B1700 tractor. It's a very light tractor. This one, you know, three-quarter tractor, half tractor even, with a flail mower on the back. And this thing was in very good condition. There was no video of this running, which is unusual. Usually they show the tractors running and going backwards and forwards and that sort of thing. There was no video of this one running at all either, but it wasn't listed as non-operational, so I assume this one was running and starting fine. It looks like it's in great condition. Looks like it's been very well cared for. And a terrific little flail mower on the back here, which is a great way to cut up through tough bushes and lantana and really take care of things on your property. I was very interested in this one too. It just went for more than I was hoping to spend at this stage. I don't want to have 5 or 6 tractors. I'm just trying to buy 1 or 2. So There's a flail mower looking underneath there. So this didn't quite fit my needs to what I need. So I didn't bid on this one too much. Nice little PTA going up to the mower there. All looks in great condition. The gauges look fine. Everything looks like it's in top nick. It's obviously been kept in a garage or shed. And there it seems to be running. Unless the gauge is stuck. I don't know. But there was no video of it running anyway. Okay, engine looks fine. No oil leaks. No coolant leaks. Everything's tyres in great condition. What more can you ask, really? But when you get up to 7,350 for a tractor that's 1995, that's nearly 25 years old at this stage, or 27 years old. Gee, they're not much dearer for new. So you got to wonder, really. So 7,350 it sold for Australian dollars, which is about 5,275 US dollars. So not a bad buy. But I didn't think it was good enough to keep bidding on this one. I didn't want to spend that much money on it. But it didn't fit my needs, and it went for more than I was prepared to spend, even though it was a great little mower. And the last tractor or machine that I was interested in for the day was this little Mustang skid steer loader, Mustang 940. Not bad, Nick. It didn't have the age in it. It had about 5,000 hours showing on it, so it's had a bit of wear, but not too much. It's got a lot of life in it if you look after it. I did have some faults. There was a hole in the coolant cap, a couple of hydraulic hose leaks, and they spoke about rust in the cab interior. Again, there was no video of this running, but it wasn't described as non-operational, so I assume it was operating and starting okay, although, again, being an auction that you can only view online, you couldn't go and start it for yourself or test drive it for yourself, and that means I'm severely limited in what I'm going to bid for it, because I'm not going to get caught out on a lemon. If I can't see a video of it running, I want to at least go and start it and run it myself, and I couldn't do that. So maybe there was opportunity before the auction, but I didn't get a chance. Okay, so end up selling for, it's not bad condition inside there. The tyres aren't too bad. It's done some work, but I'm guessing this is probably 20 years old or somewhere around there, 20-year-old range. Engine looks pretty good. Radiator's not too bad, or one of the radiators. Hole in the coolant cap and some daggy stuff going on there with hosing, and there was some hydraulic oil leaks and hoses in various places. And these hoses aren't cheap in Australia. You're looking at $500, $800, $1,000 for hydraulic hoses, depending on the brand, I suppose. Tyres aren't too bad. And underneath it looks pretty clean. Okay. No, not all bashed in and wrecked. And a bit of a ID tag there. Can't really read much on that. So it ended up selling for 13,900 Australian dollars, which is around about 9,975 US. So not a bad price for a Mustang. But again, because I couldn't go and test drive it or see a video of it running, I didn't bid on this one at all. Although for that price, it's a bit of a shame because it was a good deal, it seems like. Okay, so that was a Mustang. So the final three lots I was interested in was some sections of concrete pipe. So each lot was two pieces of concrete pipe, around about 2.5 metres by about 0.4 of a metre across, or 440 centimetres across. Or if you want to do it in feet, it's about 8.2 feet long by about 1.44 feet in diameter. The pipes were obviously all seconds or pretty damaged and broken, especially on the ends. There were some cracks in the middle on some, and the ends were pretty broken up and daggy on the other ends. Some ends were fine, but often the other ends were fine, had damage. So, if there was a good end, there was always a bad end to go with it. So they end up selling for 325 to 342 per lot, per two pipes, which is about 233 to 245 US dollars. So, $160 Australian per pipe, $270 Australian per pipe, or about 115 to 120 American dollars per pipe. But they were sold in lots of two. Okay, so and they were obviously seconds. If they were good on one end, they were really ratty on the other, and often broken in the middle and stuff. So good, not good enough for stormwater drains or anything like that, but certainly good enough for going under roads on farms, which is what I was interested in them for. I've got some roads here that need some pipes pretty badly. But that was those. That was the last thing I was interested in. So that's the end of the auction. I hope this was useful. Thanks for watching, and have a nice day.